Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Naha. This is 30 Days of Tarot and starting to sink in a little bit. I was teaching a class tonight and I got home and I thought to myself, I should probably film a video tonight. And then I thought, no, I have to film a video tonight. I don't have a choice. It's not a should I, it's a I must. Because if I want to do this challenge and get 30 videos out in 30 days, I have to film every single day. So here we are, and we got to make a dent in this pile. So I'm actually going to open two boxes for you guys today, and these are two things that came to me from the same place, but I got them separately. They came at different times, and now we're going to open them up together. If you are on Instagram and you follow tarot readers, tarot decks, there's a good chance you might have seen images of this. Now, Starchild is the company of a woman. Her name is Danielle Noel, and I did a little poking around online to find out about her and who she is. So she's an artist that lives on a tiny little island up in British Columbia. Now, some of you guys know I'm from LA where I live now, but I grew up in Seattle. And so Seattle, you're very close to British Columbia. You're just a few hours drive from Vancouver, British Columbia. All right, well, here we go. Let me go ahead and show you what this is. Wow. This is the Moonchild Tarot. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that. It's a thick box, isn't it? It's a beautiful packaging. So Danielle, she prior was living in Victoria, BC, and she had been a teacher. She taught French, and she was an art teacher. This is actually like an embossed box. It's textured. I don't know if that actually shows up on camera, but really nice, high quality. And from the time that she was really, really young, she always wanted to be an artist. Wow, look at the inside of the box. Here's what we see when we open it. So she had a grandfather that was a painter, and he was actually a mechanic by day, and he painted portraits in his spare time. And she also speaks about her mother's friend who was an expressionist painter who was a big inspiration to her. Now this is the booklet that we have, and unlike your typical book, we actually have color pictures here. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Very nice. So here's the deck, the Moonchild Tarot. Now when I take it out, in the bottom of the box we have that. There's a lot of details that we're seeing here. It says, "You are the dance of light and shadow." And so much thought goes into all of these little aspects. These are the cards. Again, the beautiful gold edges. It's such a thick deck, I'm going to set half of them down so that I can show them to you. Now you can see these are so beautiful. As soon as I saw these online, I knew that I had to get this deck. They are a blend of multimedia. They are all of the things that she had studied: photography, design, painting. Try to zoom in a little bit more so you can see the detail. So although you see that there's a collage aspect to this, it's not all done digitally. Some of this she does hand illustrate, some of it is hand painted. Are these not stunning? I mean, they're breathtaking, aren't they? So she'd also studied film and all of these things, and she was on this track to go ahead and become a teacher because she thought that was the next step. The Hierophant. You guys, I'm kind of dying. This is such a good deck. There's something about the feel of it that's a little bit reminiscent of the Serpent Fire. I'm probably not the first person to say that or think that, just because it's this very new, forward, mystical kind of thinking look. And it has a similar, because it has the collage kind of look, but it's different. I would say if you like the Serpent Fire deck, you'd probably like this deck, but I don't think that they are copies of each other. I don't think that if you have one, you wouldn't want the other, because I think that these decks definitely have their own feel to them. There's the Lovers. Beautiful. So then after a while, she was just realizing, I guess she was kind of stuck in this place between, do I want to stay being a teacher, or do I want to follow what my true love is and be an artist? So after years, she took that leap. Look at those two together. I mean, they're really works of art, aren't they? So she moves to this little island from Victoria, BC. She moves to this Gabriola Island, which I looked it up on Wikipedia. It said in 2006, only 4,000 people lived there. So it was this tiny little place. It was actually 22.2 square miles, kind of magical. And supposedly this is called the Isle of the Arts. And it's a home to artists and hippies and eccentrics and healers and spiritual practitioners. There's Justice. This woman, it's kind of like a Muka sort of feel, Art Nouveau sort of feeling, but Egyptian too, right? So now she's there. She's built her studio. She moved there with her partner. And in that time, she's created these amazing, beautiful, beautiful decks. So there's two of them, as you guys saw. This one is the Moonchild. And she says that the Moonchild Tarot is subconscious and grounding, acting as a new conduit of soulful introspection, shifting into realms of shadow work, the divine feminine, and the transmutational power of the moon and triple goddess. There, I guess if you guys didn't see, there's the back. They have this cartouche, the Egyptian shape there, the tower, of course. Let's go ahead and look at some of the minor cards. Oh, I have to show you. There's Thoth. I mean, there's a lot of Egyptian imagery in here. And she said thematically she really loves ancient lore and mysticism. I think you can see that. And exploring the intersection of the divine feminine and energy medicine. And there are some arcana in here. We just got to the universe. Some decks call this the world, some call it the universe. It's the same arcana, but there are more arcana in here that I'm seeing. Look at this one. It says shadow work. Again, it has very much that Muka influence. You've seen the Zodiac lady, you guys know that Muka painting, that Czech painter. And then this one says divine wisdom. We saw her earlier on the cover of the book. Moonchild. I wonder if that could maybe be her. I don't know if these photographs are taken by her or if they're, I mean, this almost looks like an old photograph, so maybe so. So there seems like there's 3 extra major arcana. I could be wrong, but that's what it appears, because now we're on to the Ace of Pentacles. So here's the Ace. This is one of those decks. I open these once in a while. I felt this way about the Tarot des Ozark. I'm still having a hard time saying that one, where I felt like any single one of these I would have framed on my wall. They're just that much work of art. Look at this 4 of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful, aren't they? There's the 8 of Pentacles. Here are some of the swords. She uses the traditional suits. And then we'll see some of the cups. There's the 3 and 4 of cups. And I want to take a look at some of the court cards to see what she's using for that. So let's look at the Queen and King of Cups. We see them there. Wow. Really lovely. Let's look at one of the other suits. A look at that. Wow. And we'll put the Ace of Cups over here. I don't know, you guys. Kazanlor deck, you might have to move over. That's the deck I read for my clients, but I'm going to have to take this into House of Intuition and do some readings with it. I have a feeling that my clients might really like to see these cards, and I might really have some powerful readings with these. So Ooh, I'm so excited about these. They're just stunning. I would show you more, but we have to open a whole nother deck. Before I do that, I want to take a look at the booklet really quick. I'm just going to open to a random page, the Hierophant. Remember this one? So as she says, a gateway to another world, the Hierophant exists as a great mentor or paradigm shift. Here, its ancient cloak disguises the cosmic vessel of the universe, within which all information is contained and preserved. This teacher manifests in various forms and may appear differently to each person throughout the span of their life. Then she gives some keywords. Then she gives some questions. How can I tune into my own spiritual path? What do I have to explore in this life? She gives the astrological association. She gives some stones that coordinate with it. And she gives a greater story here, and she gives a reversed explanation as well. So this is very thorough. She gives a lot of information here. Now, although I did see on her website about her history as a teacher and as an artist, I didn't see much on there about her background with tarot, but clearly she must have a lot of knowledge. And she has also some spreads in here. 1 card draw, the shadow spread, the Isis spread. Oh, she answers the question here about the photos. She thanks the people that were the models that she featured throughout the deck. And she said that some of them have chosen to remain anonymous, but some of them she has their names actually in here. And she also says that some were featured from antique stock photos. Okay, I just realized that I know one of the models in here. So 6 of Swords, check this out. Gabby Herstick, I see you, woman. Gabby is an amazing writer, and she just actually came out with a book called Your Inner Witch, and she also has an amazing Instagram. It's one of my favorites. I will leave her stuff down below. Go follow Gabby. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at deck number 2. So, same box. Hopefully different deck. As I said, one of these, I think one of them I had to pre-order, and I can't remember which one came first and which one came second. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here, you guys. All right, I'm gonna kind of get up so you can see. We've got the Starchild Tarot. Now this is the other tarot. This says A Lightworker's Guide. There's a little sticker there. And God, even like this is her business card. Goals, you guys. That's pretty awesome. What is this? The Sacred Forms Tarot Mat. Okay, so did I get this too? All right, cool. So here is, let's see if you guys can see this, a cloth that she also designed. You can see there's placement for 5 of the cards, or actually more because they're up in the corners. We see the moon cycles, we see the Egyptian iconography. That's very cool, right? And I probably will use that to wrap up one of the decks. And I guess this explains how to use it. Oh yeah, it tells you how to do some different spreads with that. Very, very cool. There's an example of a spread that you can do. She gives placement for each of the cards. And then she gives a little bit of a guide for keeping a tarot journal. This is excellent, excellent stuff. Okay, what else is in here? I think that I went a little bit crazy and just ordered everything on her website. So I got a couple pins from her. Although this happens to me a lot. I feel like I get more stuff than I order. So I don't ever know who's throwing in little goodies for me. So here's a couple pins. The Scarab, Kefra, which is one of my favorite Egyptian gods. And then this little hand holding the moon card. Actually, yeah, here's another one. How cool. Look at this. You guys, this is an even larger one than we see right here. This emblem, and this has got me feeling like there might be a little bit of a giveaway coming up. I'm not going to say too much, but I have a feeling after this whole 30 days thing is over that I'm going to have to relinquish some of what I've opened. So here is the second deck. Now this is the Starchild Tarot. So let's go ahead and jump right in, shall we? Again, totally beautiful, amazing attention to detail with everything here inside of the box as well as the outside. And yes, we can see there is the scarab again. The book was actually, this was the book. It was separate with the Starchild. It's not inside the box. Now you might be wondering what the difference is, because there's obviously a very, a similar kind of feel going on here. One of the things that this one says is Akashic on both ends of the box. And she says, while the Moonchild tarot was subconscious and grounding, the Starchild tarot is super conscious, galactic, and otherworldly, and that it represents the culmination of many years of paintings, illustrations, photography, and design, a tribute to the medicine and magic that evolves through self-reflection and meditation. Wow. So, very, very cool. Totally different though, right? I mean, similar in style, it's the same artist, similar kind of in like color scheme, but a very different feel. And they are very otherworldly. I guess you could argue that the other deck was as well. This is the card that would usually be the Hermit, and she has this, Serenity. There's Wheel of Fortune, Strength. Now this would normally be the Hanged Man, but she's called it Perspective. That's cool, right? And the Death card, Transformation. Now, I love these. Oh, I like that she's changed the names too. The Devil card becomes Oppression. I like these, but I think I like the other one a little bit more, the Moonchild. These are also gorgeous. I don't know if some of the wow factor was taken away from me because the other deck was already so amazing. I mean, these are beautiful. They're gorgeous. But I just feel like I'm connecting with the first one a little bit more. They're both absolutely stunning. Let's look at some of the minors. Look at this. Okay, maybe I take it back. Maybe I do like this one more. Ace of Crystals. So she's using crystals as one of the suits. Not quite sure which suit. We'll have to take a look at the other ones and see what she's calling. Ooh, that's a cool one, right? What is that? The Five of Crystals. God, gal's got a gift, doesn't she? Now this is the Ace of Swords, a classic suit. That's nice, yeah. The Two. Oh, I love that. She's got the little moon as a tattoo on her back there. Little shout out to the classic imagery. Here's Wands. So I'm guessing that crystals must have been pentacles, right? It probably makes sense, the earth element. The Two of Wands. Okay. Remember in the last deck, the court cards were sort of those big sort of headshot portraiture pieces. In this deck, you see the court cards, but they look basically similar to the number cards. She's got her doggy with her there. There's the King of Wands. And then we have the cups. There's the 7 with all the cups containing different things, the 8. So, wow, I will say these are both gorgeous, gorgeous decks. So the book for the Starchild we see doesn't have the color photos that the other book had, but still tons of info on every card, and it also has spreads and all of that. So I just want to do a side-by-side comparison. So you guys can see this is the Moonchild and this was the back of the cards. And then this is the Starchild. I don't think I showed you guys the back. So this is a much bigger deck, but I think that I also saw that this deck comes in 2 sizes. So this is the smaller size. Now, for some people, this is much easier to do readings with. It's easier to shuffle, easier to spread, easier to hold. So there's something to be said, like bigger is not always better. But I think this one came in both sizes, but just so that you can see a little bit of a difference there. This one has the gold on it. They both have the gold edges. And then I'm just gonna pick up a few random cards. I don't know how much this is going to really show you guys. But they do, like I said, very similar but different, right? So this is the Moonchild. That's these images here. And then this is the Starchild. So again, like I said, she speaks to this one being a little bit more earthy and grounding, this one being a little bit more etheric, although I think they're both very etheric. And all the other little goodies too. Well, I will leave the links down below so that you guys can get your hands on one of these obviously really, really stunning, gorgeous decks. Maybe come get a reading from me at House of Intuition and I'll do a reading for you with one of these decks. But I hope you guys like the video. I am just having so much fun doing these for you. Can't wait to see what we open up tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Bye.